Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Geelong Arena. Coming via the NBL YouTube channel, it's Brad White here in the commentary box for Indigenous round. It's going to be a big game tonight between the Geelong Supercats and the Bendigo Braves. Finals on the line and upcoming, both teams fighting to finish as high as they can. And as I welcome Johnny Walker into the box, Johnny, the Supercats, they win, they finish fourth. They lose, they could drop as low as seventh. The Braves currently sitting in eighth. Obviously, it's a big game for them as well. What do you expect to see?
Well, I expect to see two teams fighting it out as much as they can, Brett. I mean, like you say, Supercats, double chance crucial, isn't it? So,
yep.
Absolutely, they'll be looking to do everything they can here to get the win. But equally, Bendigo, they're fighting for their playoff position. So, in some ways, it feels like it's slightly more crucial to Bendigo because the Supercats are, established in the finals. But a double chance in any sport, it's what you want. So,
absolutely,
I expect intensity plus, and the build-up's certainly giving us that already. Yeah,
it's just watching this warm-up, both teams, it just seems to be there's an air of anticipation, and
isn't there? Yep.
There's a little bit of swagger both ways because they know what this means to both teams. And we had a wonderful welcome to country. Before the game commenced. Of course, it is Indigenous round, and we do recognise the traditional owners of our lands, and a fantastic celebration of that now for the Indigenous round here at Geelong Arena, and what is a sold-out Geelong Arena. Another wonderful event, third time this season, and credit to the Geelong people and obviously the Bendigo supporters making the trip down as well. But in terms of the basketball tonight, we're keeping my eye, I'll tell you what, Deontay Burton and DeMarcus Gatlin. And as well, of course, the man, the beast, Ray Turner, lining up against initially Marlo Hicks, but we'll be looking at Liam McInerney at some point as well. I think some big matchups, and we're going to be in for a very, very entertaining game. Yeah,
individual matchups within the great team matchups. So certainly something that always excites you when you see the big guys going against each other.
Yep.
The athletes, the Americans hopefully turning it on for the crowd here tonight, and we get a ripper of a game. That's, at the end of the day, that's what we want.
And I'll tell you what, Ray Turner is having an MVP-like season this season. Is averaging a double-double, over 20 points a game, and is just such an incredible athlete, but obviously supported by the rest of the team. And, of course, Deontay Burton, it's so similar to DeMarcus Gatlin in terms of their just explosiveness and their ability to get to the rack, their aggression. And so I think we're set for a pretty entertaining and spectacular game. And as I said, the Indigenous round, so of course, the Geelong team having the bye last week, they'll be wearing their Indigenous uniforms tonight, which look fantastic, I have to say.
Oh, they do, don't they? Yeah, it's a brilliant initiative to have these Indigenous rounds, so credit to all the teams involved. Interesting to see DeMarcus has gone the long sleeve tonight. I don't think he usually does that, but he has been crook. He's coming off a cold. I think it was actually more than a cold. I think he had the legit flu, so
wow.
He didn't go to China for the Supercats 3-on-3 efforts last week, so hopefully he's feeling fit. And I saw him, I did see him last week and had a bit of a chat to him. He certainly wasn't feeling the best, so hopefully he's back at full strength tonight.
Well, knowing DeMarcus, he was never going to miss this game. Never. Obviously the last game of the season as they look towards finals. Huge implications out of this game, and obviously the other games going on around the league. For NBL1, Geelong Arena getting ready to rock as we get set to get underway here. Both teams going through their final preparations. It'll be Brad White and Johnny Walker coming to you live. Buckle up, ladies and gentlemen. It's already getting loud.
There's some chest popping out there already, Brad. The game hasn't started. I love it.
You just got that air, man. We're going to see something tonight. Lewis Thomas lining up against Ray Turner. And it will be the Braves who will control on. See Turner, Hogan surveying the floor. Burton back out to Turner. Beg your pardon. Matiang, Muo is on the board. First 3 points of the game. H.A. Williams looking to take control. Hesitation dribble. Lewis Thomas returns with a three of his own. Lewis Thomas, who's having an outstanding season of his own.
Super impressive he's been this season since crossing from Mount Gambier, and he's certainly looking to play a high league, but he's been one of the Supercats standouts this year, and great start.
Hanson The little floater gets caught in the air.
Yeah, AJ just failed him from behind. They just caught trailing off the screen and just probably went a little bit too defensively hard there in the end, AJ, with the adrenaline running early in the game.
We'll send Hansen to the line for an early trip. Of course, the women's game wrapped up earlier tonight. The Bendigo Braves cruising home for a 30-point win against the Geelong Supercats, who were admittedly undermanned, but still the Bendigo women's team performed very, very well on the road, as we see Hansen making the first of two. Geelong crowd doing their best to put off Hansen, but he hits 2 of 2 at the line. Braves up 5-3 early.
Just seeing each other out at the moment. See what, offensively, defensively, the Braves here are just running a man-to-man. Supercats getting into their offense, just getting a feel for what's happening.
Siwusu can hit that. Great fake. Get the ball into Gatlin. Gatlin stepped out of bounds.
I think, yeah.
Will be a first turnover of the game. As we see the Cats went into the same set, just a slightly different wrinkle on that one. Looking to get the ball into DeMarcus's hand, unfortunately turn it over, but Deontay Burton going to come back down and stamp his authority, no doubt, at some point. It's Muo to Hansen. Hansen on the kick. It's Hogan going to work down Lewis Thomas. Great D.
It was great D there. Oh, and he stepped
another
out.
Three. Steps out Ray Turner, and this is why he's such a threat. It's a big screen. Marlo Hicks put on Hansen as we see Hicks back down to the block with the mismatch. Great ball fake.
Yeah.
Marlo Hicks.
It's a Marlo special, that one with the ball fake.
Got Turner looking the other way and said, thank you, I'll have an easy 2. Marlo Hicks rocking the Concords for tonight's game as well. Great to see. So we see another 3 lined up. Ball secured by Lewis Thomas. Great effort by Gatlin. It's Thomas to a streaking Gatlin, just couldn't finish. Excellent
pass
defense.
there by Louis, yeah, great defense by the defender back there for Bendigo.
Burton, great
Bit of
defender.
contact down low at the moment.
Deep position, Ray Turner, such a handful, got the mismatch.
Yeah, he had Nikawusu on his back there, so about 6 inches difference in height there.
Oh, at least Nikawusu. Always going to have a hard time there. Lewis Thomas on the switch, got Muo stepping. Late call. Lewis Thomas with the step.
What a beautiful move it was, wasn't it? He just a quick step, got to the rack, just got a little whack on the head, so goes
that
to the
extra
line
step
for 2.
through, absolutely. And of course, you made mention of it earlier, Johnny. The number of the Supercats players went over to China to compete in the 3-on-3. McInerney, I believe. Lewis Thomas was one of those as well.
That's correct. And yeah, as we said, DeMarcus couldn't make it over, so that was disappointing for him. But hopefully he's rested for this match.
So Lewis Thomas hits the first, but the 3x3 competition really is just taking the world by storm, and I think having seen it live, it's just non-stop. It's just a 10-minute sprint, I believe, as Vandy called it last week correctly.
It's complete action-packed the whole game, isn't it? That's right. It's certainly a unique thing. It's been around for a long time, but it's certainly getting bigger traction around the world now.
Great to see Lewis Thomas hitting 2 of 2 there. Trims the lead by only 3 now for the Braves. You see Muo got the mismatch on Owusu. Kicks it back out. There's Hogan on the drive. Looks upstairs. Hicks turned it over. May have rolled his ankle on the way down. A bit proppy. Marlo Hicks. AJ Williams on the push. Is a single-handed.
Lovely.
AJ Williams, a little bit of Steve Nash flash for AJ. It's Marlo Hicks still a little proppy after that last rebounding battle, but back on defense. It's a quick double.
Yeah.
Great pass by Ray Turner, a great dive cut.
Be interesting to see if that's the Supercats' tactics the whole night. They went straight to the double team there. Great, as you said, dive cut there by the Bendigo player, and the pass was made.
Yeah, great recognition by Chris Hogan to see the quick double. Just dove straight to the basket. Nothing Gatlin could do. It's Hogan. One's up for the 2. Hits the first.
Soft touch there.
Look, I think with a player like Ray Turner, it's a pretty smart strategy, I'd have to say. Double down early, but the reliance then on that help defense to fill that gap.
Correct, yeah.
Hogan misses the second.
It just means everyone's got to be switched on defensively, really, in tune exactly what they want to do, where the double team come from, etc., and then where the help comes from, because it does change the usual defensive set.
Very quickly. So Wusu kicks to Gatlin, who's improved his three-point shooting this season. No good on that one. Sees the Braves looking to come back through Hogan to Turner. Muo again got the mismatch. Hogan with a quick trigger three. Too strong. Lewis Thomas picks it up. Williams on the push. Great step through. And one is the call. Points will count. Foul there.
Brilliant finish on the left again there by AJ. They really look to him to be aggressive. He's been probably inconsistent this year, so
yes.
A start like this is exactly what he wants individually, but so also what the team wants. So brilliant work there, and let's hit that third for the three-point play here.
No, absolutely. Great recognition by AJ there. Got his defender backpedaling, crossed him up, took the hit, and then had the presence of mind to keep his feet, and one. Looking to make it three, and hits. Puts the Cats up by one as we see a substitution. Number 5, Tanner Rayner, seeing his first minutes. As we have Chris Hogan checking out. That last foul, of course, on Jake Lloyd for the Braves. So Geelong Super Cats leading 12-11. 4 minutes to go. Braves back through Turner. Hicks collects the foul. Didn't slide his feet quick enough. Frey Turner, so good off the dribble.
Yeah, it's hard to guard that when you're multi-talented and you can get the ball in the post, shoot the three, dribble the ball. It's really hard to guard, isn't it?
So Turner's so decisive with his moves as well. The turn and face, or back to the basket, but that's Hicks's first. 14 on the shot clock. Muo on the take. Oh, it's a beautiful stroke.
Wasn't it a beautiful stroke? Off the inbound, straight to the great footwork, straight into the shot.
Certainly confident on that. It's Lewis Thomas with a quick trigger. Unsuccessful on that one. It's Turner rips down a board. And off to Burton. Just going to direct traffic. Burton on the cross. Great D by Wusu. Fighting over that screen. Leaves Hansen open. And nice little side step.
It was as DeMarcus was closing out there really hard. He did the one dribble jump shot, got away from him. So great offense there.
3-point lead now for the Braves. Great back and forth action. Gatlin steps into a two and hits just inside the 3-point line. Great signs for DeMarcus Gatlin. See his first points go down. Now just a 1-point lead for the Braves. Burton going straight at Gatlin. Deontay Burton.
Beautiful, strong, aggressive drive, wasn't there? After they got the screen, took it straight at DeMarcus, and DeMarcus sort of didn't want to get the foul there.
No, absolutely right. It's Lewis Thomas going to work. Sees the double, just lost the handle. As the Braves coming back through Burton, sizes up Gatlin. It's a great quick pass. Another three on the way. Rayner with the big board. The last three missed by Daniel Hansen. A great clean-up there by Tanner Rayner. It's Burton. Without hesitation, stripes the three. Don't want to get him going. Deontay Burton will punish you very quickly.
They've come out really well at Bendigo, haven't they? I mean, both teams are playing well, but a 6-point lead now.
Confident offense from the Braves.
Really good.
It's Gatlin taking control. Thomas has a mismatch. It goes to Hicks. Long range two. Can hit that. It's no good on that occasion. Hansen cleans up. It's Burton on the push. Right at Williams. Looking for Hansen again in the corner. Kicks it into Turner against Hicks. What a great battle so far. Owusu. Gatlin on the steal. This could be huge. Gatlin goes upstairs. First dunk for the game, DeMarcus Gatlin. That's where he's so devastating in transition.
Get those steals. He leads the league in steals. We saw that, and then just great little soft dunk there by DeMarcus. He might send a big one down later. Yeah,
look, and just looking at him, he wasn't as explosive on the run, and he's come back down. He, like you said, may still be feeling the effects of that flu, but
still worth 2 points though.
That's exactly right. Still went upstairs with two hands. As Owusu on the drive gets it blocked by Burton. Burton has a couple of words for Owusu as well. As we see a substitution, Liam McInerney coming in for Marlo Hicks. Nick Owusu sitting down for my man Cohen Blythe, the walking bucket. Self-appointed, self-proclaimed walking bucket, Cohen Blythe. Great defensive presence though, Cohen Blythe.
He is. He's a little hustler. I've watched him play for many, many years, Cohen, so I love watching him.
McInerney straight into the action in the low block.
Bit of Kareem action there with the 5-foot hook.
We see Andronicus has checked in as well for the Braves. Muo to Hansen, who kicks out. Tanner Rayner, too strong. Matiang Muo misses, too strong. Great D from McInerney. Williams on the push. Great pickup by Rayner though in defense. Williams to Lewis Thomas. Cohen Blythe, quick trigger, walking bucket. No good. No good from the corner. His eyes lit up when he got the look though. Great clean up from the Braves. Muo from range has already hit one.
Oh, 3/4 of the way and then dropped out.
I tell you what, that's a quick offensive possession.
It is, isn't it? 2
seconds into the clock.
Back at them, the Supercats now, because they tend to, Supercats, their strength is in their transition, their game.
Absolutely. 100% right. As we see McInerney again, who's saw some valuable action in China. AJ Williams on the step, meets the brick wall and goes
D.
flying. That's great D though
from
Andronicus. Tanner Rayner.
He's a big man there.
Clears it out. Yes, he is. Matthew Andronicus. There's a lot of him. See Muo got a mismatch against Williams. Quick double. McInerney. Muo back out. Hansen with a quick trigger again. Williams. This is where they want to go, the Supercats. AJ Williams on the push. Goes straight up. Great straight up D though by Hansen. I think this is where AJ's just got to be a little bit more selective.
Yeah, I think you're right.
He had a runner on the wing.
A little bit, he did, yeah. We want the aggression, you want the intent there, but just the right decisions is what needs to be made. So.
Absolutely right.
And it was good D in the end, straight up.
Yep, played it perfectly, did Daniel Hansen. See Burton, great quick move. Pick up the foul on Cohen Blythe. This is what makes Deontay Burton such a threat. Explosive, has a great handle. As we see a mass substitution for the Bendigo Braves. I believe that is
3 in and 3 out.
3 in, 3 out.
I coached under 9s this morning. That was what I was doing. It was hard enough.
And Louis Varley seeing his first minutes. AJ Williams will take a seat. So for the Braves, we now have Jake Lloyd back on the floor, along with Chris Hogan, Deontay Burton, Matthew Bartlett, and of course Andronicus filling up the entire paint. Bartlett for 3. No good, rims out. Blythe chases down that rebound. Great hustle from McInerney to get the tip. It's Gatlin looking to create off the dribble and does. To kick out to Varley, to Blythe, to McInerney. They're whipping the ball around. Lewis Thomas. No good, but great board by Gatlin.
And great ball movement by the Supercats. You're not always going to get those shots.
Goes straight at Burton. Puts it over the top. And DeMarcus Gatlin had a quiet little chat to Burton after that possession as well. This could be the start of the battle within the battle, I think. It's the Braves up 2 with 40 seconds on the clock. Bartlett stuck. For the ball fake. The step back, beautiful touch.
Yeah, nice little 12-foot fallback there, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Really patient with his offense there.
So we see a foul called.
Just trying to get around. Louis Thomas made great position there down on the low block in transition, and just the defender was just trying to get around, couldn't quite do it, and fouled in the process.
Chris Hogan picking up that foul. His first foul. So 24 seconds remaining in the first term.
Just
Braves up 4.
Bit of a discrepancy in the shot clock, so the Supercats will have to get it up, and Bendigo will get one more shot at it.
4-second difference between shot and game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Cohen Blythe on the little floater. Beautiful touch, Cohen Blythe.
Absolutely beautiful.
So 4 seconds on the clock. Burton
be aware
looking to
defense.
score.
Yeah.
Deep 3. Deontay Burton just skims the rim.
Probably could have got more then, couldn't they? I think he had that 3-point shot set up the whole from the time the ball came in then. So
yeah, he absolutely did. And as we have quarter time here in this men's Indigenous round game, it has the Bendigo Braves up 2 points, 22 to Geelong Supercats, 20 points. DeMarcus Gatlin leading the way with 6 for the Cats, and Matiang Muo leading the way with 5. Ray Turner with 5 as well for the Braves. And Johnny, I tell you what, it's starting to warm up. It hasn't gone full steam yet, but both teams just weighing each other up.
That's
but
right.
Certainly it's got signs that the next 3 quarters are going to be very entertaining.
It's exactly what we wanted to see. It's an entertaining clash early. 2 point difference. So, you know, both games would be happy with their efforts out there. I think, you know, just as you said, just seeing each other out. They've both been, I'm pretty sure, been the man-on-man defence they've both played. So,
yep.
Well, interesting to see. No one individually has started to dominate, and that's fine. Both teams want to have it, you know, share it around.
Yeah,
Rebounding's, you know, 10 each. So, you know, statistically looking here, very, very close here. So,
yeah,
a good, even game.
It's a good first quarter, I think, from both sides, but certainly for the Super Cats, they'd be really looking to stamp their mark on this game very early. I think into the second quarter, they'd love to carry that momentum into half-time. You don't want to give this Bendigo team too much of a sniff, especially when you're playing at home, of course, as we spoke about at the top of the call. Finals implications for both sides. The Braves looking to fight to stay in the 8. The Cats looking to make sure they can lock down that top 4 finish into the finals. So as the quarter time entertainment, always a sight to see here at the Geelong Arena, is officially a packed house. Maybe it's a few empty seats still, but people still piling in for this last regular season game.
So Supercats coming with the same 5 they ended the quarter with there. So Louis Varley and Cohen Blythe still in, with DeMarcus, Liam McInerney and Louis Thomas.
And of course for the Braves, Bartlett, Burton, Ray Turner's back.
So they've got the big man back.
Hogan and Jake Lloyd. So as we get underway, second term coming from the Geelong Arena through the NBL YouTube channel. Hope you're enjoying the call so far for what is a very special Indigenous round. As we see the Cats going to work. Lewis Thomas on the deck, showing the handle. McInerney battles for the board.
There from Liam.
Out to Gatlin, calling for this high screen. McInerney, such a big body. Gatlin steps through. Louis Varley without hesitation.
That's what they want to see.
Louis Varley would...
One of the outstanding players, Louis Varley, in the local domestic comp, has been for many years. Dominates for YMCA on a Tuesday night. Seeing him hit hitting a 3 here early for the Super Cats, that's great.
And it bodes well for Louis Varley if he gets that first one down, because he can get hot real quick.
Absolutely he can.
So we see Lloyd, great little dump down low to Turner.
Yeah.
Great position, results in a foul. This time, number 26, Cohen Blythe, that'll be his second. Dare I say he'll make his way to the bench very shortly. Coach O'Neill opting to leave him on the court, showing some trust in the young man. Sees Ray Turner at the line for 2.
Yeah, Cohen Blythe's played some certainly good minutes in his first season at NBL1 level. He's been really impressive, and I think he and his younger brother have got a lot to offer the Geelong region in basketball.
No, absolutely right, I agree, as Ray Turner misses his first.
And I think this man here has got a lot to offer the game. He hasn't really shown the massive intent yet. I'm just waiting for him to burst out, I think, so sure something's coming.
Yeah, look, having kept my eye on NBL1 overtime and all the highlights packages that come out every weekend, it's Ray Turner figures in there every week as he hits the second and ties it up. 23 apiece. Only a minute gone. Gatlin on the push. Varley for his second 3 from the corner. No good. Ray Turner goes to the rafters to get that board.
He was up there, and now he's running beautifully in transition.
Burton on the streak, goes upstairs to Turner. Nothing McInerney could do there. Another 2 for Ray Turner.
Brilliant, clever play in the transition there. Ray just made a brilliant, great position. Got in early, and then there was a little lob pass in.
Cohen Blythe into McInerney, turning face on Turner. McInerney, too strong on that one. Gatlin nearly comes away with the steal and does. DeMarcus Gatlin, exceptional effort to keep that in bounds. Lewis Thomas, it's a very late whistle. Foul is called on.
What a play by DeMarcus there with his energy and his long reach, and his amazing athleticism there.
And that's, I think, a sign of, significant players or players that show that next level of just staying in the play, didn't give up, stuck the hand out in the passing lane, and results in a turnover that's resulted in a foul.
That's exactly right. So great play for the
team. Hats off to you, DeMarcus Gatlin.
The old 1%ers, all those little things count.
Certainly do, as we see Hicks back in the game. Louis Varley, 2-man game, goes base hard with a little left hand. Louis Varley.
Just got the wrong suck that way. It was a beautiful move, just couldn't quite get it working off the glass the right way.
Cohen Blythe picking up Deontay Burton, giving DeMarcus Gatlin a spell. So the Braves on the push. Jake Lloyd, no good. Ball in dispute, but it will be Braves ball.
Jake Lloyd, looking from here, has got extremely long arms.
Yeah.
He just went up to that offensive board there. And I think his wingspan's three or 4 inches better than his height, and he's got some height on him too.
Absolutely. They listed him at 196, but dare I say his wingspan's going to be closer to 210, 12 have to be.
Massive.
Nearly down to his knees, goodness me. So we have officials checking, yep, all is in order. So we have shot clock reset to 14. Great inbounds play, got the open look. Just weren't able to convert that time. This is a turnover by the Supercats. Burton to an open three and hits.
And that was a great set, you know, not a set play, great transition play there. The guy was open, got his feet set beautifully and hit the shot.
Great recognition. And Bartlett, without hesitation, being that open, had to shoot it and hit it. Up by 5 now, the Braves. Gatlin putting the moves on. Puts up a 3 of his own and gets the home court roll. Does DeMarcus Gatlin. And I can tell you right now, DeMarcus Gatlin is playing under duress. He is not, every time he's coming back down the floor, he's slightly hunched over, just trying to conserve his energy, but it's obvious, not as explosive as he normally is. But Matiang
knocks down the baseline.
Beautiful baseline, mid-range 2. Puts him up to 7 points on 60% shooting. Braves up by 4, 30-26. 3 gone in the second term. Great no-look pass. Marlo Hicks. Bit of showtime to Lewis Thomas.
Sent
who
it
does
down
the rest.
beautifully. And yeah, Marlo lost handle then, and then actually helped create the play.
Throw a beautiful no-look.
Beautiful.
AKA Magic Johnson. Braves come back down through Turner.
I think Marlo will take that comparison. Marlo Johnson there.
Marlo
there he goes. He's leading the break now. He is Magic. Where's James Worthy when you need him? Oh.
And on cue, Johnny Walker's giving him the moz. It's pulled over for the turnover. Double dribble. Louis Varley checks out. AJ Williams comes back for the Cats. 6 minutes 30 remaining in the second term as we have a timeout to the Supercats. As I said, the Bendigo Braves holding a 2-point advantage, and no team seeming to sort of take the ascendancy here. It's a bit of a back and forth game of obviously a game of runs, but no one able to really string together 3 or 4 baskets.
Absolutely not. I think the biggest lead, we may have got to a 6-point lead, but certainly, you know, Geelong have been behind most of the game, but they've just been able to keep within the 4 or 2 points. No one showing true ascendancy. So look, this is what we wanted to see. We want to see a close game. Both teams, as we know, we've said it enough now, are fighting out for massive positions in the final. So there's plenty to play for, but I still feel like there's going to be an intensity left sometime here. Brad, I feel it coming. I feel it coming.
And absolutely, there's something in the area here in the Geelong Arena that, I think it's going to take off in the second half. But I tell you, just watching this Bendigo Braves team, they are a talented group of basketballers, and they've shown signs that they can put it on you really quick. And, I think that last transition basket by Bartlett from the great kick ahead from Burton was a real great example of how in tune they can actually be as a team, and couple that with Muo and Ray Turner as well, putting on a wonderful show at the moment. I think it's the Supercats really need to make a move early, otherwise they may see this game slip away from them pretty quickly. There's been a substitution for the Braves. Daniels has checked in.
And Supercats have got the starting 5 on still.
Absolutely, as the Braves going to work. 8 on the clock. Muo, great fake. But Lewis Thomas.
Louis took the fake when it got up in the air and he went under him. So, yep, beautiful footwork again.
Great little up and under.
Great little up and under move, that's right.
Up by 4 now. It'll be AJ Williams to control. Looking to set the table. It's Gatlin. Owusu. Be a kicked ball from Deontay Burton. Great off-ball action from the Cats. They would have had Lewis Thomas deep in the paint, one-on-one. Warren off for the kick ball, but with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Owusu to inbound. Williams surveys, calling for the screen. Lewis Thomas provides it. Williams on the drive, up and under, no good, but Lewis Thomas on the clean-up. And that's what it's the epitome of Lewis Thomas's game, never gives up.
Absolutely, followed that, set the high screen, went real hard to the basket. It was actually a really good move by AJ there. He took it really aggressively, just couldn't finish it, but because of the way he took it in, the defense reacted, and then Louis was open.
Oh, absolutely, as we see the Supercats got the ball, but they've turned it back over. Looking at the alley-oop for Burton, picked off by Williams. Here's the Cats in transition. No look. Lewis Thomas met at the top by Matiang Muo.
He wanted the big dunk there,
He wanted the dunk. Lewis Thomas set to detonate on Muo's head. Got fouled in the act, and he'll get rewarded with 2. And all of a sudden,
just
it's picked up, Johnny.
Bit, hasn't it, hey? Yeah, but Louis Thomas just showing what he's done all season for the Supercats. Energy, runs transition well, loves the 3. Can knock down most, hit a shot from most places.
It's Lewis Thomas. Once again, Johnny Walker has done it again. Completely jinxed him. He misses the first.
It's the commentator curse, isn't it? Happens. I heard Bruce McAvaney do it last night, so if he can do it, I can.
I don't think Bruce is in your league, mate, I'll be honest.
Look, we're born on the same day, about 20 years apart. That's all I'm saying. He's a special one.
So Lewis Thomas hits the second free throw. Braves up 1. Dyson Daniels to Muo. Faces up, straight over the top. It's a beautiful touch.
Absolutely tough, wasn't it?
Nothing Lewis Thomas can do with that.
Yeah, Louis Thomas, that's right, nothing. Good offense beats good defense.
Absolutely. And it's Gatlin putting it on Dyson Daniels. Oh, Lewis Thomas stepped through. Couldn't convert. There's your 3x3 move.
That's right.
Very confident Lewis Thomas stepping through traffic. Braves will keep in control now. Burton against Williams. Burton with the strength advantage. Just go over the top. Gets his own rebound. Got a great fake by Muo. Has already hit one. Make that 2.
He's on fire.
Look out. If Matiang gets going, it's bad signs for the Cats. It's a big 3, and now it's a 6-point advantage to the Braves. AJ Williams to Thomas. Ball nearly stolen by Burton. So we see some substitutions for both teams. Andronicus checking in. Ray Turner checking out. Turner quiet so far, only the 8 points.
Yeah. As we said, we're waiting for him to explode. And in for the Supercats is Michael Rabula, former Cryo-Bay Stingray, stalwart over there, and had a good season, pretty solid season for the Supercats. He's just an experienced campaigner, knows to do the right things.
So AJ Williams with 4 on the shot, throws up a brick. He'll have to put it up. Rabula doesn't know. Didn't hit the rim. AJ's shot did not hit the rim, so that forces the shot clock violation. It will be Bendigo ball. As we get set in the Geelong Arena, Mac Arena coming out. The crowd standing to attention. It's the Braves looking to extend this lead. Currently up 6. Bartlett through to Burton. Going to go at Nick Owusu. Matiang on the block. Gets it from Bartlett. Going straight at Lewis Thomas. Great D from Thomas. Got in the air, but great move by Matiang Muo. Results in the foul, the up and under move again.
So he's got his confidence up now, hasn't he? He's really knocked down a couple of jump shots, taken it hard to the rack, and his footwork's absolutely brilliant out there.
Absolutely is, and you're always going to be at the jeopardy of the officials when you get in the air, as Lewis Thomas did, and he's out of position, got pinged for the foul. Matiang hits the first. Looking to go 2 of 2 at the line. Muo does just that. So we see another substitution. That'll be Bartlett sitting down for the Braves. Back into action, Daniel Hansen. So we see some full court pressure here. Dyson Daniels, talk about long arms. Dyson Daniels That would have to be an 8-foot wingspan from my position here in the commentary box. My goodness. It's Rabula controls to AJ Williams. High horn set. Lewis Thomas goes straight at Muo. No good. Andronicus cleans up for the Braves.
Just couldn't get the finish here. Another great drive by Louis.
Matiang feeling confident. That three, no good. Hits the top of the backboard, and that will be a violation. Supercats ball. Dyson Daniels sits down. Ray Turner back in. So this is a massive lineup. This is a huge lineup for the Bendigo Braves. Matiang Muo, Ray Turner, and Matthew Andronicus all on the court. How will the Cats respond? Marlo Hicks, Lewis Thomas, the two bigs. It's AJ Williams to the cutting Owusu. Turns, fades on Andronicus. No good. Marlo Hicks battles, but Ray Turner comes away with the board.
Yeah, the Supercats are playing.
Muo showing the handle. My goodness me. Putting the moves on Nick Owusu. Net looking to back him down. It's an early double team. To Hansen in the corner. To Turner. 7 on the shot clock. Turner going at Hicks. Rolls. Beautiful move by Turner.
But equally
Great
good D there by
defense.
Arlo. That was really impressive. Moved the feet sideways well.
Great push ahead by Williams. Lewis Thomas has the mismatch against Deontay Burton. Great hands by Burton, though, to slap that away. That's where I think the Cats need to be a bit smarter on that one. They just need to really be able to clear space. Lewis Thomas with the advantage over the smaller Deontay Burton. DeMarcus Gatlin coming back in. Lewis Thomas, well-earned rest with 2 minutes and 14 seconds left in the second term.
Supercats must be desperate to get closer than the 8 points. That's a massive shot.
AJ Williams off the inbounds. No good there. Sees Ray Turner.
Pick up the massive board there, wasn't it? Dribbles the ball up, Ray Turner.
Muo goes against Rabula. Looks like a 2-3 zone
It
here.
is, yeah, they've just changed it
Owusu
up.
getting on the deck. Great fight, Nick Owusu, with a much stronger Ray Turner battling on the floor.
Yeah, Nick's a great hustler defensively. He always has been.
Knew that if Turner had got a clean hold of that, it would have been very difficult.
Absolutely.
As it will be Bendigo ball, but it is actually a timeout by the Braves with 1:52 remaining in the second term. The Braves up 8. And Johnny, what do the Cats need to do to trim this deficit?
Well, can we be really simplistic? Get a couple of buckets. They're 39. I don't think they'll be too disappointed what the Braves have scored, because we know they're a great offensive team.
Yep.
They would love to go in here within 5 points, I think. So they're going to get a couple of stops and find a way to get a couple of baskets.
No, you're absolutely.
Just looking at the team, Louis Thomas, he's got 10 points, but no one's really stood out yet. They've certainly played as a good team game, the Supercats. They've just got to move the ball a little bit quicker, drive it hard, and in simple terms, knock down the open jump shots when it's there. So.
No, look, absolutely right. And I think, at this point, the Supercats going at 38% from the field, it's not going to get it done.
No.
They're getting looks. They're getting pretty decent looks. They're just either too strong or too short and just rimming out. But all credit due to the Braves, obviously playing quite well. And, I've earned the 8-point advantage. But, it still seems the game could go either way. And we really are setting ourselves up for a huge second half. But I think players like DeMarcus Gatlin and AJ Williams really need to start pushing the tempo a little bit more.
I think
that's
if
where
it doesn't happen in this last...
At their best, the Cats.
Yeah, the last minute. I think the second half we'll see a clear change.
Yep.
They will really push the ball as hard as they can to start that third.
Absolutely. So it's both teams back out on the floor. 6 seconds on the shot clock. It is Bendigo ball. Going to get a score out of that timeout. Sees Burton straight at Williams. Might have got away with a push-off.
Certainly had the hand
No
reaching
result,
out,
though.
didn't
Owusu on the stretch. Spins around Burton. Goes himself. Couldn't convert in traffic. Nick Owusu. But has picked the pocket of Burton. Nick Owusu on the floor again. Burton. And there's a backcourt is called. AJ Williams hits the deck.
Great hustle by all players there.
Bodies flying everywhere.
We had 3 guys lying on the ground there. That shows the intensity and shows what this game means to both teams.
Absolutely
does,
does, Johnny. So just to clarify, Daniel Hansen in that contest has come up a bit proppy. Just to clarify, it is a cross-court or a backcourt violation was called. The officiating the official having a chat to Coach Hogan to explain it was in control by the Braves, and they went into the backcourt off the back of great hustle from the Supercats.
Yeah.
So
minute 30 to go, 1.5. See what the Supercats can get here.
Under 10 seconds on the shot clock. Gatlin, what can he do? Goes 5 seconds on the clock, gets the bump. Straight at Burton, who was picked up for the foul.
Good aggressive move there by DeMarcus. Took it right to the body and drew the foul beautifully. So let's see if he can hit the foul shots. One of his few weaknesses in DeMarcus's game.
Yes.
So I've said that now, so I reckon he'll definitely make 2.
It's a great call, Johnny Walker. As DeMarcus Gatlin.
Hey, we're only 50% of the way there. Don't get too excited yet.
Brings it back to a 7-point game. Gatlin misses the second as the official has...
I think it's a violation on the rebounder.
Violation on Ray Turner. I was a little confused on that one. The official pointed the other way, but it is a violation on the Braves. Gatlin will have another opportunity. And hits the second.
Do we call that 2 out of 2, or do we call
2 out
that
of
2
2,
out of 3?
absolutely. Just had one practice in the middle.
That's exactly right.
6-point game, 1 minute and 19 seconds to go in this first half.
A little bit of full court pressure there.
Extended pressure by the Cats, it's what they're good at. Switching everything. McInerney on Andronicus, it's a big battle. Ray Turner, Marlo Hicks, great move by Turner, very quick. Goes against 2 in the end. McInerney did well. Turner is down. Turner is down behind players. We see Gatlin putting up a 3. The Cats still have numbers. Ray Turner is not making any effort to get back into play. Does now as Owusu lines up the 3, and that's an opportunity gone missing. Gone begging for the Cats, who were 5 on 4.
5 on 4 for 2 offensive.
Couldn't get it
2
done.
shots then, weren't they?
Couldn't get it done. The Supercats, as a timeout is called by the Bendigo Braves. Ray Turner on that last contest hit the ground hard, but seems to be okay now as he walks back to the bench.
Interesting to see. Supercats have got Marlo Hicks and Liam McInerney on together, which is a rare sight, but clearly matched up against the big bodies from Bendigo. It's a necessity.
No, and as evidenced as well, I think it was great on that last move. Ray Turner had the one-on-one against Hicks, but McInerney able to come across.
Over for the help, and that's
absolutely.
That made a big difference.
Resulted in the miss from Turner. And again, as we said, there could have been a big turnaround there for the Cats, but unfortunately they couldn't convert, and with 43 seconds remaining, down 6. Could have been down 4, but they're the opportunities you look back on and think, could that have been something else?
True, but I guess all they can do right now coming out of this timeout is get a defensive stop, get a bucket, and they'll be happy to go in, within 5 points. I think in fact, I think they'd be very happy with how the game's been this second quarter.
Absolutely, and this raucous crowd, nice and loud as the YMCA is blaring here at the Geelong Arena. Big
That's
thanks
an old basketball favourite, isn't it, hey?
It certainly is. And of course, big thanks to our game night sponsors, K-Rock, #1 radio station in Geelong. As it will be Bendigo ball, full 24 seconds on the shot clock, extended pressure from the Cats. Lloyd back in for the Braves.
Just half extended, but just got just at the right spot there.
Nearly had them trapped. Burned some shot clock, did the Cats. Muo back on the floor. Owusu, great deep, and Matiang Muo continuing the hot shooting.
He has.
Can you believe it?
Had a brilliant half, hasn't he? Up to 16 now.
Check that, it's actually 19 with that
there, with the 3, yep.
At 70% field goal percent, unbelievable shooting. So with 10 seconds on the clock, Hicks looking at the 2, 7, soft touch, Marlo Hicks. 3 seconds on the clock, 1 second, time will expire. Hansen heaves it at the end, but that'll do it for the first half of what has been a very entertaining first 2 terms of this round 15 clash between the Cats and the Braves. Sees the Braves up 42-35, and whilst we haven't seen the intensity we thought he would from both teams, it certainly seemed to start elevating a little as we closed in on half-time.
Absolutely, and we've got a half to go, so there's plenty more time to see that yet as the halftime entertainment steps onto the court. But look, looking at the statistics here, we've got, rebounding is quite close. It's only one block there. Assists are quite close, so statistically we're close. Just probably the shooting percentage and the outstanding play of what's his name here?
Matteo Muo.
Yeah, he has really been the difference in this game. He's had an outstanding game.
He has just caught fire and is such a threat, and then allows to create for his teammates as well. So it sees the Braves holding the position at being in front by 7, and I think this is where, at the moment 36% field goal percentage for the Cats. We spoke about it earlier in the call. It's just not going to get it done.
It's not, is it? No.
And certainly that'll be a point of emphasis in the halftime discussion with the coaching staff, Coach O'Neill.
Absolutely. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage, everything otherwise is quite even.
Not too bad. So as we have our halftime break, the entertainment is on here at the Geelong Arena on a packed, sold-out Geelong Arena tonight for this round 15 clash. Of course, it is Indigenous round, recognising traditional owners of the land, and a wonderful job it has been by the NBL1. So we'll take a break here. Brad White and Johnny Walker will join you very shortly for the second half action. Welcome back, everybody, to the Geelong Arena for the second half of this Geelong Supercats Bendigo Braves matchup. It's been an exciting first half so far, but it sees the Braves up 7 at the moment coming into the second half. So it's Brad White here and Johnny Walker coming at you from the Geelong Arena in this Indigenous round. And what has been, as we said, an interesting start to the game, but dare I say, it's getting set to ramp up for the second half.
I can only see that happening, Brad. I think, look, there's two teams out here with the game on the line and their season on the line in terms of where they're going to finish. So the Supercats would have talked about half-time, what they want to do in second half. Probably not mentioning the double chance, but deep down, the fact of the matter is everyone knows that. Everyone knows what they're playing here for tonight as the Braves. They got, I think I said at the start, maybe a little bit more to play for. It feels like when you're going to get, if they lose tonight, I think it's going to be very hard. It's going to depend on other results.
Correct.
So they have got a lot to play with, and I think there's a lot of improvement in terms of the intensity both teams can give us here. So can't wait, and let's see what we're going to get.
No, you're absolutely right, and I think the highlight for me, certainly for the first half, was Matiang Muo just putting on an outstanding offensive performance. He's now 19 points on 70% shooting. Just threes, twos, low block, whatever he wants. It's just been extraordinary from the young man.
He was the clear standout in the first half, wasn't he, Brad?
Yep.
I mean, I said young man, you know what? I think he's 32.
Yeah, well, look, he is, mate. But
he's young compared to us, we'll go with that.
As someone that is older than that, I'm allowed to say he is, in fact, a young man. But look, as both teams go through their final conversations, coaching staff doing a wonderful job, of course.
And
the Braves.
The head coach of the Braves is Dave Hogan, isn't it?
David Hogan, yes, sir.
David Hogan, I've got to mention his attire. He is Pat Riley-esque from the 80s and 90s, and I love it. I love it.
Look, you beat me to it, mate. I was going to mention something in the first half, but I didn't get an opportunity. And a big shout out to you, David Hogan, for what is one of the classiest jackets that I've seen at an NBL1 game all season long. Hopefully, if they do make the finals, we'll see plenty more of it.
And I think Leon's got a bit to step up to. He's just in the Supercats polo and he just doesn't match it. Because we've got Pat Riley and we've got bloody Jeff Van Gundy out there, I think.
That's a great analogy as we look to settle into the second half. It is the Supercats.
We're underway.
He'll take control. Williams, Owusu, Gatlin on the penetration. Up and under. Gatlin, no good. Met in the rim by Ray Turner. Looks to be the starting five for both sides. Commencing this second half proceedings. We have Hansen through to Ray Turner. He's been quiet. Now we have Burton in the block. Burton one-on-one, isolate on Owusu. Owusu just tripped on the drive.
Yeah.
Feet got caught up. Unlucky Nick Owusu.
Yeah, got the feet caught up, didn't they? Nick was moving his feet well, but again, the offensive player coming hard, it's very hard to contain.
Absolutely right, and it was deep in the shot clock too, and Deontay Burton did the right thing, went hard to the rack and ended up picking up the foul. So the first foul there for the team, for either side in this second term. That is actually Nick Owusu's first also, as we have the floor cleaners just cleaning up and the officials making sure all is in order. Deontay Burton trying to sell to the officials that he was shooting that. And I think if we were to relook at that, that may not be the case. The officials agree, so it will be a baseline ball for, sideline ball, I beg your pardon, for the Braves. Through Burton, 13 seconds on the clock. Hansen. Hogan, who's hit a couple. Looking at Muo, who's been the hot hand. Deep in the shot clock, 2 seconds. See a deep three. Great rebound by Ray Turner. Hicks didn't get enough of a body on him to stop him getting that rebound, and Ray Turner knows what to do when he gets it that low, and that foul is, in fact, on Marlo Hicks. Ray Turner to the line for two.
Is this the start of him turning it on for this second half?
Ray Turner has the capacity to do some amazing things in transition, off the block, off the dribble. So he misses the first. Ray Turner with 8 points, 6 boards. Only running at 33% at the moment, though, from the free throw line. this very vocal Geelong crowd do their best to make you miss, but Ray Turner nails the second. It's now an 8-point game. Braves up 8, 43-35. 2 minutes gone. It's Williams, Lewis Thomas on the block, surveys, looking to go to work. And soft touch, too strong in the end, in fact. Ray Turner secures that board. And Burton kick ahead. To Muo, to Ray Turner, all alone. Easy in the end.
It was too easy in the end. He just beat Marlo Hicks down too easily.
Run.
Straight down to the bucket, and a great little entry pass and an easy layup.
10-point game now as Owusu.
Supercats need a score here.
It's Lewis Thomas to Nick Owusu. Gonna put the moves on. 5 seconds on the shot clock. 4. Gatlin loads up the 3. No good. Great board in the end by Chris Hogan.
Just need the spark the Supercats. They're just getting stuck in their half-court offense.
Yeah, a bit flat-footed at the moment, I think, the Cats, and the 2 minutes gone.
It's interesting they've changed the matchup here on Matiang now.
Yeah.
They've got DeMarcus Gatlin on him now after his brilliant first half.
Gatlin doing a very good job, but Matiang, too experienced, too big. Looks back at DeMarcus Gatlin and says, "Little man, get off me. You can't guard me." Muir all the way down the floor saying he was held onto. Either way, 2 points down for the Braves. Now up 12. Gatlin looking to go back. Puts Burton on his backside. A little out of sync here, the Supercats, it seems. Hicks gets the friendly roll. Marlo Hicks. Home court advantage.
And talk about a much-needed bucket, Brad. That was absolute necessity for the Supercats to score in this offense.
They had been scoreless up to this point. And Hicks.
Once that lead gets out to double figures, it gets harder and harder when you're playing a quality team.
Yeah, absolutely right. And look, the Cats just seem to be a bit out of sync in their half-court set.
Yeah.
They seem to be second-guessing their passing, and a bit of their execution isn't as clean as we used to. And again, we've said at the top of the call that they're at best in transition, but
and that's right. There's been no transition opportunities this half as of yet. But they haven't really looked to push it. So
that's right. Yeah.
Let's see if that intent steps up, and they really do, because they've got the right 5 on the floor to do it.
They certainly do. As Marlo Hicks converted the free throw for the N1. Ray Turner on the block. Quick double team by Lewis Thomas.
Good
flicked the ball around.
Defense, yeah.
Owusu doing a great job on Deontay Burton with 6 on the clock. Owusu again. Great D, but even better offense from Deontay Burton.
Can't stop that, can't do much better.
Smiles and looks at DeMarcus Gatlin on the way back down. It says, "What are you going to do, young man?"
I'm not sure Scottie Pippen could have even stopped that one back in the 90s.
AJ Williams goes 1 on 3. Lewis Thomas finds a wide open Gatlin, passes up the shot. Lewis Thomas will pull the trigger for 3 though. Too strong. And the Supercats, too many empty possessions here. The Braves are doing a great job defensively and offensively, and Burton controlling. Adewusu again. Little crossover. Floater off the bank. The bank is open, and all of a sudden it's a 13-point lead for the Braves. Coach O'Neill looks on as AJ Williams goes to the rack. Up and under, too short. Marlo Hicks with the cleanup. Much better effort from Hicks. Got around Jake Lloyd for the rebound and putback. 11-point game, 4 minutes gone in the third term. Here is Burton. There's a foul called on Marlo Hicks.
No, I think it was called down low actually on AJ. As their switch, he followed Turner in.
Great call, Johnny, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
That off-ball screen.
Yeah, it's probably a foul out high as well. But
yeah.
The one on AJ as he went in following the big fella in.
It's actually third foul for AJ Williams and the third team foul for the Supercats. They've got to be very careful here. Do not want to get into free throw shooting for the Braves early in this.
No, it's exacerbated when you're down by 11 too.
Absolutely right. So expect the Braves to go straight at the Cats, and they do off that inbounds. Too easy in the end for Hogan. Hogan with 5. Gatlin lining up another 3 off the front of the rim.
They're out of sync offensively, aren't they?
They really are. Yeah, I think there needs to be either a substitution change or a trigger here from the 5 on the court for the Supercats. It's a chance of defense. Echo through Geelong Arena. Gatlin looking to pick the pocket. They've got away with the foul. Ray Turner Strong move over Hicks. Will draw the foul on Marlo Hicks, his third, which will cause him to check out. Liam McInerney, I beg your pardon, coming back on. Louis Varley looking to check in as well for AJ Williams.
Something certainly needs to change for the Supercats here. So 2 changes. We'll see what happens here. Keep that defence. I mean, the defensive intensity's there. Their positioning, they've just been beaten by some great offensive shots this quarter so far. So, but it's offense where they've got to catch up here, Supercats.
No, you're exactly right. As Ray Turner misses the first, and as we saw in the women's match earlier this afternoon, as soon as you relinquish a bit of that lead, and good teams will just then stand on your throat and really push and accelerate. As Ray Turner looks to extend the lead, and does. It's now 14 points. Braves are up 54-40. What can the Supercats do to answer here? Owusu to Louis Varley, who's just checked in. Gatlin sizing up Burton. Kicks it out to McInerney. Puts it on the deck. Pull up too, Liam McInerney. No good, but Ray Turner skies for the rebound. His 10th gives him a double-double. 12 and 10 for Ray Turner. The Braves looking very confident now in their offense. Lloyd into Turner. Quick double again. Jonte Burton goes straight to the rack.
Oh,
gets blocked by the rim.
To send down a massive jam then.
The crowd love that one. Can the Cats capitalise though? Nick Owusu looking at Gatlin.
That would have been dunking the edge straight down the lane, wouldn't it?
Would have
been.
Left himself short though as Gatlin hits the 2 and barks at Daniel Hogan in his jacket and says, "That's for you, mate. Thank you very much." But Deontay Burton really looking to put an exclamation. Got stuffed at the rim.
That was John Starks like.
It really was off the two feet. Here's Burton again. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Deep in the clock. Great defense by the Cats. 4 seconds. 3 seconds. Ray Turner, tough 2. McInerney in here with the O. The Cats on the push. Owusu. Dump it off to Gatlin. Couldn't make it. An extremely late call by the official.
I wasn't sure if it was the next play.
Foul was called on Ray Turner. DeMarcus Gatlin was furious after the actual play that he didn't get the call, but in the end the official did in fact.
A late call's better than no call at all, but certainly that one came,
extremely late.
Extremely late. We won't put a time limit. We won't put a timer on it.
Either way, we see Gatlin at the free throw line. And these are the critical points. You can't leave them on the table. Gatlin needs to convert the second.
They need to make all these easy baskets, the Supercats.
His team down 12. Misses the second as well, but Owusu does well. Looking to trap early are the Cats, but the Braves are away through Lloyd, who's nearly coughed it up. Gatlin commits the foul, puts his hand up and says, "Yes, I did in fact hack Jake Lloyd." We'll see Nick Owusu's out. Michael Rabula checks back in for the Cats. So 3 minutes 50 remaining in the third term. The Braves holding strong, leading this one 54-42. That was the 15th foul as well for the Cats. So from this point onwards, the Braves will be shooting free throws. Jake Lloyd, no good on his first attempt.
It's interesting with the Supercats playing here really without a natural point guard. So with both AJ Williams and Nick Owusu off, so that'll be interesting to see. But Louis Varley looks like he'll be the one to handle the ball.
Play that one spot. It's a great pickup. Gatlin obviously a natural wing player. Jake Lloyd made the second there, pushes it out to a 13-point lead.
Bit of pressure here, just
a token.
Token D really.
It's Louis Varley. Andronicus is back. Louis Varley sizes up the 3 and hits. Louis Varley hits the 3. Can that be the spark that gets the Cats up and running?
That is the one-man offense, but hey, did the job.
That is a wonderful play by the Braves. Andronicus, big fella down low, took a beautiful pass from Bartlett, who's just checked back in. counters the Varley 3. Rabula working with McInerney. It's double teamed. Got away with the shuffle of the feet. Lewis Thomas showing the handle. We're going to step through, gets bumped. Great chase, Rabula to Gatlin. Goes straight up and over Andronicus. Beautiful touch, DeMarcus Gatlin.
A great hustle
so
there by
explosive.
twice, wasn't it? Yeah, DeMarcus just straight off the spot, straight up and got up high.
We credit Rabula for tracking down that offensive rebound, making the pass to the cutting. DeMarcus Gatlin showing those hops. DeMarcus for the and one.
Just cannot
Misses
knock down
again,
the
gets
foul
his
shot.
own rebound. Andronicus meets him at the top. And it's out off DeMarcus Gatlin.
That's a big call, that one,
That's
isn't
a
it?
huge call. Great defensive effort there. Matthew Andronicus. Gatlin very, very upset about that last non-call. His opinion, but either way, sees the Braves bring it down. Up 10. Lloyd with the pull-up 2 and hits it. Beautiful stroke.
It was a beautiful stroke, and with those long, as we said in the first half, those long digits, he was up so high there.
Tribula make the move. Gatlin sizing up Lloyd. Louis Varley kicks it to Lewis Thomas. Great fake, penetrates. Mr. Garb strong. Floater is short. He was in two minds there, Louis Varley.
He was, wasn't he? Yeah,
I beg your pardon, Lewis Thomas.
A 10 foot, floater. Probably not the right choice in the end.
I think that's where Lewis Thomas has to go hard to the rack. Yeah, Andronicus is a big man, but you've got to put pressure on them. It's Burton with the and one. Deontay Burton with the hesitation. Was then fouled by DeMarcus Gatlin. Shaking his head. Another foul for DeMarcus Gatlin. That's his third. Deontay Burton looking to convert on the and one. There's a timeout from Coach O'Neill, wanting to have a chat to his Supercats, who are currently down 14 against the Braves, and the crowd is silent here at the Geelong Arena.
Yeah, they just can't. They got it back to 10 then. They just can't get it back, can they? Every time the Supercats have hit a three or hit a good shot, the Braves have been able to come down and match it. So credit to them. That's what you'll need. I mean, whenever a team's, particularly when you're playing on the road, as the Bendigo Braves are, if you can stop that run happening, takes the crowd out of it, and that's what they're doing at the moment. So well done to Bendigo.
It's a great call too, and you know the interesting part of it all at the moment is the Braves' top scorer at the moment, Matiang Muo, has been off the court for significant minutes, and yet the Braves are still able to extend their lead. So I think an absolute credit to them, and they've just been very composed and patient both ends of the floor, and a couple of times the Cats have tried to come back with mini runs, but they've been able to counter, and especially with a couple of and one calls going their way. I think DeMarcus Gatlin really just needs to settle back down. He was very vocal after a few calls he thought should have gone his way and didn't, but then picks up that foul, which he probably shouldn't have been reaching. So Coach O'Neill doing the right thing, calling that time out. And
that's one of the hard things, is you're frustrated with the call goes that way. You don't want to go down the end and get a dumb foul, a silly foul or an unnecessary foul.
Correct.
You've got to be able to fight that frustration with yourself and just make a good defensive play.
Certainly within reach as well for the Cats. They're down 14, 2 minutes 15 remaining in the third. A lot of basketball to come. So they're certainly not out of it, but they don't want to give the Braves a sniff. Getting too far ahead, otherwise it'll be game over, as Burton leaves it short and fortuitously bounces back to him.
No one even boxed out the shooter though. Isn't that a...
Rule number one, box out the shooter, I would have thought. Officials
really see that straight back to the shooter.
Making sure the shot clock was reset correctly. Back to 14 will be Bendigo ball. Deontay Burton, high screen with Andronicus. Kicks it out to Bartlett, looks at the three, steps back. Great ball movement from the Braves. Great penetration as Bartlett wide open. That's a shot clock violation. Great hustle D in the end by the Cats. Bartlett had a look, but just took too long.
It just took that half second too long, because that drive and dish there was beautiful. He knew where the player was. Just half a second too late. All right, Supercats have got to get an offense here and then got to get a stop the other way.
Louis Varley through to Gatlin. Having a look. Surveying. Not a lot of movement at the moment for the Cats. Looking at McInerney from Lewis Thomas. Louis Varley fires one inside to McInerney on the spin. High banking, fadeaway, baseline, turnaround, mid-range, everything else I could possibly chuck in there.
You got it all.
And hits it, mind you, McInerney. Great step by McInerney.
He's really improved his offense this year, Liam McInerney. He's got more of a repertoire now, which is really great.
Oh, Andronicus slumbered his way in there.
And missed the 3-foot little
layup.
finger roll, didn't he?
Louis Varley going upstairs. Lewis kicks to Lewis Thomas for 3. No good. Jake Lloyd cleans up for the Braves, who still hold a 12-point lead through the Bendigo Braves, as we have 1 minute remaining in the third.
Supercats want this under 10. You think just that psychological, get it into single figures before 3 got a time. That
Absolutely
would be massive
right
for them.
Absolutely. So again, deep in the shot clock are the Braves. 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Burton dumps down to Andronicus and coughs it up. McInerney.
Great help defense from Louis Varley, and they just put the hand in and got it.
Oh, Varley, great handles. Goes to Rabula on the floater. Another empty possession though for the Cats. It's the last 30 seconds. The Cats will get another look at it, but Burton in no hurry. 10-second differential, game and shot clock. It's Burton sizing up Gatlin.
He's been able to get down the middle tonight very easily with his penetration, hasn't he? Despite having great defenders on him.
So we see a step back. Daniel Hansen for 3, no good. Lewis Thomas picks it up. And the foul is called. Number 3, Jake Lloyd. As Lewis Thomas looked to push in transition. He actually had Daniel Rabula on the transition break all by himself. Didn't see him though. But as it will be Supercats ball, 8.2 seconds left in the third term. Really need to score here, the Cats. They go into Lewis Varley on the push. Nearly coughs it up, Varley. Back to Rabula. Puts it up.
Oh, short on that.
Very short. And so the Supercats unable to convert in that final possession. And 3/4 time, we see the Supercats 49, the Bendigo Braves 61. 12 points being held and pretty consistent play from the Braves all the way through the third. The Cats tried to really make a dent on that lead, just to no avail though, and they'll really got their work cut out for them, I think, in this fourth term.
Yeah, they just couldn't find the inspiration there. They just couldn't get on a run. I don't think they got more than 2 buckets in a row the whole quarter.
Yep.
So credit to Bendigo, they were able to get the defensive stops. Supercats had their chances, played hard, but just couldn't get the job done. And 12 points down 3/4 time. When you've only scored 16 points a quarter, that's going to be a hard margin, but it's not beyond the realms.
No, absolutely
and they'll be working everything because they know what's on the line here.
Yeah, and I think this is where as well, looking at the field goal percentage, the Cats only going at 35%, 19 of 54, which is really not at all where you want to be, and we don't want to be harping on it, but you look at the Braves, fewer shots, and they're ahead by 12, shooting 50%. They've had 46 shots, and it's, I guess, the tail of the tape. You want to make sure you're making good shots, taking good shots, and that's where the Cats really need to just be converting, not only just to trim the deficit, just for themselves and their own confidence, and put the pressure back on the Braves.
And if you look at it there, the rebound count's really blown out a little bit now as well, so 35 to 26 to Bendigo's advantage, so just getting on top of the boards now, and just blowing that out to 12 points, so it's going to take a big last quarter here for the Supercats. Coach O'Neill's in there now, giving them their tactics for the last quarter, and they'll come out firing, I'm sure.
Look, we certainly can't count out these Supercats. We've seen it in the past. They've put on runs. They've got very, very talented guards and smalls that can really sort of light the place up with their energy and effort, and I think that's exactly what it's going to take. DeMarcus Gatlin seems a little out of sorts, doesn't seem to have the same explosivity. Don't even know if that's a word, Johnny, but I'm using it.
I like it though. It doesn't matter if it's a word or not. It sounds good.
We'll go with it. And so as we get ready for the fourth quarter here at the Geelong Arena Indigenous round, NBL1 via YouTube. It will be the Bendigo Braves in control, up 12, and we're underway. It's the Geelong Arena, full silence, seeing their team down 12. What can the Supercats do? See Burton, 2-man game with Turner. Turner out high, Lewis Thomas, great defense. The call is
Great
off
defense. Moved his
Lewis
feet
Thomas.
sideways beautifully there, Lewis Thomas.
Great
Close to
lateral
a push-off,
motion.
wasn't it? Close to an offensive foul there, but
Very close. And the Cats have done a great job by pushing the Braves deep into the shot clock again. 7 seconds on the shot clock now. Matiang Muo is back on. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Air ball in the end. Great D again from the Cats, but they've got to convert here, the Super Cats. Lewis Farley. Double screens. Rabula directing traffic. One-on-one with Burton. Looking at Gatlin on the block. Can be dangerous from there. DeMarcus kicks open. Louis Varley for another three. Has hit 2 already. No good, but Gatlin, much better effort. DeMarcus calling the play. 2-man game with McInerney. Goes hard. Ill-advised shot, I'd say, from DeMarcus Gatlin.
Yeah, I think
sees an air ball.
In 2 minds there again. I think he was looking for something to pass there, but no.
Well, Muo showing the handles against Lewis Thomas. 2-man game with Ray Turner. That's scary. Bartlett waiting for the screen from Turner. Great help from McInerney. Another turnover and another late call from the baseline official with the shot clock expiring.
And the steal happening.
Foul called. Number 10, Michael Rabula. I beg your pardon, that was Louis Varley, I believe. He's first. The Cats did a wonderful job again on defense, but credit the Braves. Good offense.
So that resets that shot clock to 14 now.
Does. Absolutely right. Burton. Size up Rabula. Having a look. Great off-ball screen there by Muo Burton. Oh, great handle. Great cross. Runs straight over the top of Gatlin, who's anticipating a foul to be called. But McInerney leading the break. Super Cats, can they score? Thrown it away again, the Cats. Unfortunately, McInerney really should have looked to shoot that, I think.
In the end, he got to the right spot, didn't he? And
He did.
Yeah, just he was forced a little bit out wider, so it's probably why you don't want the big guy leading the break, to be honest. But
something needs to spark these Super Cats.
Perhaps it can't. Oh.
Mismatch, great play by the Braves. Muir off the block, an easy dump down low to Turner for a simple 2. Pushes it out to 14 points. 2 minutes gone in this 4th term. Louis Varley to Gatlin. Gatlin, Muir on skates. McInerney for 3 and hits.
Sweet
Liam
shot,
McInerney.
And that's where his offense has improved this year. He's got his range is extended. His shot looks really nice.
Confident looking shot.
It was.
Of all things, DeMarcus Gatlin on the penetration, kicking to an open Liam McInerney for 3. All of a sudden, we have an 11-point game.
We just got to get a stop the Super Cats here, don't they?
Bartlett,
Bendigo.
patient. Muir, quick double team scene. Bartlett on the great fake. Great ball movement from the Braves. Burton on the drive. Left it short. McInerney thought he might have blocked Burton. Burton took one right to the face, though. Officials having a quick chat. Foul is called on Liam McInerney.
He's hard to stop going down that middle, isn't he? He's as good as you get. I mean, defensively, you usually want to keep, you do everything to keep the guy over in the middle, because that can open up the passing options both ways in the drive. So for him, for his teammates, it's such an advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. Deontay Burton, so explosive off the dribble, ultra aggressive. Got rewarded there with the foul on the offensive rebound, as we have the floor wipers doing a wonderful job. The official just making sure no sweat is left on the floor. It's Deontay Burton lining up. 2 free throws. Burton 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Makes it first. Make it a 12-point lead now. Is it insurmountable? Do the Cats have a hope? Deontay Burton hits the second. Substitution here for the Braves. Deontay Burton has a seat. Tanner Rayner back on for Bendigo.
I think it's got to start right this second. If any later, the Super Cats will run out of time here, won't they, Brad? So
absolutely agree.
It's absolutely got to start now.
Let's need to get a good set. Gatlin to the rim. It's a good start.
There we go.
That's the explosion that we're used to seeing from DeMarcus. 2 more for the Cats. 54, trail the Braves, 65. 2-man game, Turner, Muo. Great D from the Cats. Nearly results in a turnover. Gatlin tipped it straight.
Yeah, bad luck on that one there. You know, it was a defensive
Right
tip.
to Hogan. It really was. Got upstairs, but Hogan on the spot. It's Gatlin again. Tanner Rayner to mark him up. Marlo Hicks, who's checked back in. Gatlin draws the foul.
So he's come out of that timeout with a real aggression.
Yeah, has he what?
Which is needed. I think he's the one that.
He's
the one that's got to step up now.
Yeah, absolutely
Himself and
right.
Louis Thomas are the 2 go-to guys really when offensively.
No, you're absolutely right. And that foul on Tanner Rayner, it's only his first. Gatlin at the line for 2 as we played 3.5 minutes in this final term. As Gatlin misses another free throw. Frustrated himself. Just needs to get composed. Give his team a chance. And he's shooting 50% from the field. Gatlin had 17, make it 18 points. Still a 12-point advantage. As we see a half-court trap from the Cats. Muo straight to the rack. He's blocked by Hicks upstairs. The official thought otherwise. Resulted in a foul. Marlo Hicks, that'll be his 4th foul. That's a big foul for the Super Cats. And we have a timeout called for the Geelong Super Cats. Coach O'Neill needing to have a chat to his troops.
The question is, what are they going to come in here with? We've said it enough, haven't we? I mean, this is the last hurrah. He's got something up his sleeve here.
So look, there's not a lot more that we can be saying, certainly from our position. It's, you know, your team's down 12. There's 3 team fouls already, the Super Cats. Only 1 team foul for the Braves. 6 minutes 13 to go. This is all about heart, all about effort, and all about intensity. If they truly want this top 4 finish for the finals, the Geelong Super Cats, they have to come out and just go all out for 6 minutes.
You hear this analogy a lot of it's better going out and, you know, trying a little something here, losing by 20 rather than going down by 12, and, you know.
Yeah, absolutely right,
So
absolutely.
They've got to really try something here, whether they came out with a full court press or something, but, you know, they've got to push everything in offense and see what happens.
I'll tell you what though, Johnny, I've been super impressed with both these Bendigo Braves sides, the women's side, who are just so methodical, very strategic in their game, you know, kept resulting in a 30-point win against the Super Cat ladies. And, you know, tonight as well, this Bendigo Braves men team sitting 8th. They're certainly playing, you know, well within themselves on the road. Have always been in control since the tip.
They have,
and they've just been playing wonderful, composed basketball. So the credit to them. But
it's a great program up in Bendigo. It always has been, you know, one of the country kings in basketball, Victoria. So
no, you're absolutely right. As both teams return to action, Mattiang, Muo lining up from the free throw line, hits the first.
After a 19-point first half, he's been quiet, but still that 19-point first half was just outstanding.
Oh, absolutely was. No, you're absolutely right. And, you know, I think this is where, for the younger listeners at home, DeMarcus Gatlin's been to the line a number of times and unfortunately come up empty. The Braves have done a very good job at the line. Muo hitting 2 of 2 there. Out to 14 points now. What can the Cats come back with? They need to spark up something.
Sorry, Brett, interesting to see the lineup the Super Cats have run with. You know, AJ hasn't had much. AJ Williams, the import, hasn't had much time in the second half, and they've really run a lot more with Louis Varley and Rabula. So, really interesting to see that.
How it's playing out. No, you're absolutely right. That's a really good call. As we see Tanner Rayner. Andronicus back on the floor. Bartlett goes down hard. Foul there by Rabula. That'll be his second. Bartlett hit the deck hard, but jumped straight up. Tough move, and that'll be the 4th team foul as Rabula sits down, and AJ Williams
back in just on cue, I think.
Coach Walker in the commentary box. Beautifully done. 14 seconds on the shot clock.
I had no answer for that one.
14 seconds on the shot clock. Bendigo ball up 14. Can the Cats get the stop? into Andronicus to Rayner. Tanner Rayner sizing up AJ Williams. Rayner to Bartlett. Directs traffic again.
Three of them were directing traffic there, but here they go.
Rayner, hard drive. Lewis Thomas, great D.
Great
Hicks
D.
on the outlet to Gatlin. This could be special. Gatlin blows the dunk, but gets his own rebound. DeMarcus Gatlin cannot believe it, and neither can this Geelong Arena crowd. The two-hand stuff wouldn't go down, but Gatlin didn't quit.
Didn't quit, amazing. He's got the second effort, the second jump he's got is just remarkable. He's just been that little bit off tonight. I think he's clearly showed, fatigue you get from playing. If you've got a legit flu, that takes a lot of recovery. So credit to him for being out there and really busting him. I was going to say it again, giving his everything tonight.
Absolutely right, and so that was a jump ball that was called. Andronicus wrapped him up, and possession arrow being with the Supercats.
Look at the intensity in the Bendigo here, even before the inbound. They're
Correct.
positioning defensively. That's just great to see.
AJ Williams on the inbound, short again. AJ Williams.
Lovely little offense though. It's
great. Got the look they wanted.
10-foot jump shot, but couldn't quite get. Couldn't knock it down.
Absolutely right. And as we approach the halfway point of this fourth term, Muo for another three. Oh, he hits.
He's back.
IQ.
He is back.
Big smile. Head wobble down the court and says, have a look at me, I'm still doing it.
Head
23
wobble.
Points.
And anyone that can wear a headband with a little bit down the back, that's even more impressive. I love it.
Well deserved too, I'll be honest. Gatlin, Louis Varley looking to respond. Can't do it, but Hicks cleans it up, the offensive rebound. 12 seconds on the shot clock. AJ Williams with the dribble to Gatlin down low. Going to go upstairs and gets fouled. DeMarcus Gatlin.
Who looks like he's really puffing. I've watched him the second half particularly. He's down on his haunches now. So credit to Marcus for really pushing through. Clearly, the lack of energy he's got.
No, you're absolutely right. In that last foul on Matt Andronicus. There's a timeout called by Bendigo.
That's something I wanted to say, Brad. We've had a really big weekend basketball in Geelong this week. Officially, we've had the coming together of the two associations down here, the Corio Bay Basketball Association and Basketball Geelong, and that's formed the new association down here in Geelong, Geelong United. So a massive change in Geelong basketball, and I think it's going to be beneficial for all, particularly having worked in this, in basketball in Geelong for 20 years now. I think hopefully helping the junior girls competition, the senior women's competitions, but also strengthening our VJBL teams. It's an exciting time in basketball Geelong.
No, absolutely right, Johnny, and I think it's a credit to all the parties involved, Corio as well as Geelong, coming together and really both boards working towards a common goal, and it's solidifying the region. It's really about the grassroots development all the way through into this NBL1 and all the way up to NBL and beyond. And,
correct.
It's a credit to everyone involved. The Geelong United is the new brand that's coming up, and it's going to be bigger and better from here for Geelong.
Super exciting, yeah. Credit to both presidents of both associations.
Absolutely. 100%.
Both well known in Geelong for different reasons. Sebastian Loader, a former Supercat. He's been president of Basketball Geelong, and Adam Nadanowski, a well-known businessman in Geelong, and they've worked together along with Mark Neal and plenty of others, I should say, to get this going, and it's exciting times. Can't wait to see what happens. No,
absolutely right, and I think that also shows the strength of basketball in this country, and especially in Victoria, as Gatlin, unfortunately, for the Supercats, misses the first free throw. His team still down.
Yeah, 17 points now, isn't it? It's just blown out that little bit. It's going to be, well, I don't like saying it's a done deal. It's never a done deal, but it's going to be awfully hard.
Very, very difficult now for the Cats, as Gatlin came up empty on those two free throws. We'll see a turnover here. Louis Varley to Gatlin, looking at the dunk, met upstairs, Ray Turner. Thought he blocked that clean. The official thought otherwise. DeMarcus Gatlin looking to get that dunk. Fouled, will go to the line again.
I reckon by now DeMarcus is dreading foul shots.
I think you could be right. Although he's...
That could be the reverse, Moss. He's getting these two down. We're sure of it. No, not even I can do that.
The crowd sigh in unison. DeMarcus unsure how to get his free throws back on track. Looking to line up a second. Such a mind game when you're at the line by yourself. Hicks working hard. Marlo Hicks pulls down the offensive rebound as Gatlin walks to the other end to have a think about it. Lewis Thomas doing a wonderful job supporting his teammate. Marlo Hicks, though, will go to the line for 2 with only 20 seconds, not even 20 seconds gone. And we've already seen 6 free throws shot. Marlo Hicks, 4. Another point missed by the Cats.
There may well be a lid on that end. I think there's a lid.
There's something going on down. There's a conspiracy afoot in Geelong.
8 of 18 now, the Supercats. That is,
it's extraordinary. And the crowd goes wild. Marlo Hicks hits a free throw. Trims the deficit to 16. Extended pressure here from the Cats. They have to do it. They're in a uphill battle against the clock and the scoreboard and the Bendigo Braves, who have played very well tonight. Entry pass to Ray Turner, quick double, quick trigger, and hits it on cue. Ray Turner, silky smooth.
The game's done.
Louis Varley goes to Gatlin. Doesn't go for the dunk, but goes for the backboard tap instead. Beautiful look from Louis Varley.
That's a beautiful pass.
Three-quarter court bounce pass.
And pretty impressive, Louis Varley, in his minutes tonight. I've really been impressed with what he's done, and that's good to see. And they may well need, he will get used next, in the finals. He'll get some time. The Supercats, I think it's important they finish off this game well. They're, so they can finish the game with their heads high. They need to.
Oh, the friendly roll. Lewis Thomas for a 3. Cannon spark. The most amazing comeback from the Supercats.
That'd be more remarkable than Rodney Rogers hitting 3 threes in the last 8 seconds of the game in about 1992.
If Tracy McGrady can do it in Houston,
that's it.
18 seconds. 18 points in whatever minutes it was. Who knows what might happen here at the Geelong Arena. The walking bucket. Cohen Blythe is back on court. Gatlin is checked out. Full court pressure from AJ William. That man, Cohen Blythe, looking to get that. They're burning the clock. 17 seconds on the shot clock. Louis Varley, Burton on the penetration. Ray Turner, straight at Marlo Hicks. Great non-call from the official. Turner, another 2 points. Puts him up to 20 and 12 for the night.
And we feel like he's had a quiet game, and there we go, 20 and 12. That's, when you can have a quiet game and get 20 and 12.
Not too bad as Marlo Hicks went to work on Burton. Gets the 2. 3 minutes remaining. Extended pressure again. Great patience here, Daniel Hansen.
And that's what you've got to do when you're Bendigo. Just, the clock up. Time's your advantage here.
Mateo Muo is happy to go one-on-one here with Louis Varley. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Sizes him up, looking at another 3. No good on that one. Turner goes upstairs. They secure the offensive rebound. You see Ray Turner.
Haven't they played a smart brand of basketball?
Very smart. Muo. Very clever, composed. 2 seconds on the shot clock. Got to get it up. And does. Defensive rebound. Supercats on the push. Varley, great hands to Cohen Blythe, who bobbles. Checks it out. Only 2 minutes remaining. Supercats getting it through hands. Lewis Thomas. Step through. Foul is called. This time on number 31. Daniel Hansen. See Lewis Thomas go to the line for 2. 5th team foul on the Braves.
And let's see if Supercats can knock down some foul shots here.
No, you're absolutely right. 47% for the game. The Supercats, 9 of 19, have not done themselves any favours from the line, unfortunately.
A team of this standard, I think your minimum you want 70%. You'd like to get 75 to 80%, but it's not always going to happen. We know that, but foul shots has been one of the bugbears of the Supercats all years, and let's hope. I don't think it's going to be rectified before next week, but let's just hope they can shoot better, because the intent is there. And as much as DeMarcus has shot poorly from the foul, and his effort elsewhere has been just outstanding, as always. 20 points there and 7 rebounds. And Lewis did knock down the first one. Yes, absolutely. Lewis Thomas hits the second. 13-point game. Braves. Can it happen? It could. I've seen stranger things happen, nearly resulting in a turnover. The foul is called. Lewis Thomas. The Cats have to leave everything out there on the court. That'll be the 5th team foul, which will send Matthew Muo to the line for 2. He's got 26 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Fantastic all-around game. As we see a late substitution being called by the official. Very late, wasn't it? Ray Turner sits down.
dare I say, that'll be him for the game.
Absolutely. 20 and 12 there, so, you know, double-double again. Virtually on his season averages, so, you know, another great game. And he's led his team, you know, they're going to run out victors here.
Matthew Andronicus has checked in for the last 2 minutes. Muo hits the first. Great free throw shooting from Muo tonight. His team running at 70%, and he's running at 100%. It's an outstanding offensive performance.
Yeah, I think they're clearly the game MVP for me.
Yes.
Clearly the game MVP.
So the Cats through AJ Williams. Looking at a quick three. The foul is called on Matt Andronicus. Unlucky Andronicus, I think, on that one from
Absolutely.
I think he's straight up, a big strong man, and AJ Williams leaning in a little bit.
That's right, there was contact, but I don't think it was anything created by the D there, so bad luck. Thankfully, it's not a one-point game for Bendigo.
Absolutely.
I think they'd be up in arms right now.
Yeah, I think it'd be a very different David Hogan on the sideline had that been a critical game situation. But AJ Williams steps to the line for three and misses the first. The free throw woes for the Cats continue.
So I think Bendigo in a lead here, you know, I'm almost sure it's secured their playoff berth. So an outstanding effort on the road against a brilliant team. You know, a team above you on the ladder.
Yep.
You know, that's an outstanding victory they're going to have tonight. Disappointment for the Super Cat, and you know, a few things to rectify before the first final next week, which is now for them an elimination final.
Yeah, absolutely right. And you know, it's I guess this is what's going to test the mettle of the team coming into the finals. They've had a wonderful season so far. Can't let this get them down. This is Williams hit the second and the third. Brings it back to 13 points. But look, the Braves, barring something extraordinary happening, will win this game and put themselves in a great position going into finals. Muo looking at it again. Lewis Thomas marks him. Andronicus, deep position. Left it short. Got his own rebound. As we close in on the last 1 minute 30, AJ Williams to Varley, to Hicks. Looking at one-on-one in the block. Great little move. Step through. Left hand. Overshot the mark. Cohen Blythe to Lewis Thomas. Short again. Lewis Thomas. That's the story of the evening for the Cats. Yeah. Muo's in control. In no hurry are the Bendigo Braves. Happy to chew up as much clock as they can. It's what has been an outstanding game from the Bendigo Braves. Really just a very composed, very strategic game. It's Muo. Mid-range two, hits another.
I think that's been the story of the night. I think they've been more composed, they've been better running their offense, and just look at the percentages is where it is.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Supercats 27 from three-point, 54 from the foul line, and only 40% from 2 points. So, you know, lower there. You just need to up those numbers that little bit.
As in that last possession, AJ Williams with a quick trigger three. Cohen Blythe comes away with a steal. Transition offense here for the Cats. Louis Varley for three. And misses.
Geez, I would have liked to see that. That was the windmill. That would have gone into the 28th row.
Deontay Burton closed out with a windmill block. Unsuccessfully. But
so he's missed the windmill dunk, he's missed the windmill block, but they've got the W, so he'll be happy with that.
So the last 10 seconds, the Braves will wind it down. The Super Cats happy to let them run the clock out in what has been a great performance from the Braves. A huge win. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen, from the Geelong Arena. Bendigo Braves 84, Geelong Super Cats 67. Fantastic game for Bendigo.
Yeah, great credit to them. They came out with the ascendancy, and just the Super Cats just couldn't get that close, really, could they at all, Brad? So
absolutely right.
A brilliant performance there by Bendigo. Ran the offense well, kept the Super Cats to 67 points, so defensively really good as well. So well done to everyone there on the Bendigo team.
Yeah, look, you're absolutely right, and led, of course, by Matthew Muo with 30 points. Just a great effort by him. Ray Turner, just a lazy double-double again. But, you know, great contributors across the board for Bendigo, and I think they have to be happy about where they're positioned going into the finals. And, of course, a few things to think about for Coach O'Neill for the Super Cats going into their finals campaign. Of course, a lot of basketball to be played across this weekend. So, obviously, will impact on the way the final standings will be from the finals.
I think it's more than likely the Super Cats will have a home elimination final. It's not definitive yet.
Yes.
But they'll be disappointed with tonight. But it's how they train during the week, how they get over this, and only after next week can we say whether today was a positive or not. Any hindsight can provide us with that, can't it? So, Coach Leon at the centre court now having a strong word to the players.
And I think this is a critical part of it. They've shown the Super Cats, they're a resilient team. They've played well all season, so I don't see this as slowing them down or holding them back. I think they understand the value and the importance of what's about to come as they thank the Geelong faithful for turning out tonight. It was a sellout here at the Geelong Arena, and from wherever you've been listening through the NBL YouTube channel, it's been Brad White and Johnny Walker tonight. I hope you've enjoyed the call, and of course plenty more basketball to come for tomorrow as well, so make sure you tune in wherever you are for NBL1 through the YouTube, and a big thanks again to the Geelong Arena as well, Indigenous round. So we'll leave you with that tonight. The Bendigo Braves winning 84-67 against the Geelong Super Cats. Until next time, Brad White, Johnny Walker checking out. See you next time.